Alrighty, folks, we went 4-1 with a push in my 6 games on my premium page yesterday. We had the Braves, Mets, Storm in the WNBA, and we also hit on a 2-team parlay. And the only way you could have accessed all those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club membership. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 board member plays as well. And the good news is I've got another board member tier package play going off here today for Wednesday. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my free pick video here today for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. Weekend's right around the corner. We're halfway there already. Of course, if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And with that, folks, let's go ahead and dive right into some free content. Going to get started with the Cubs at the Pirates, 12:35 Eastern first pitch. Chicago's $1.45, totals 8.5. Matthew Boyd on the bump for the Cubs. Johan Oviedo for Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh's currently on a 3-game skid, and they also dropped 9 out of their last 10. Offensive production has been pretty dismal. The Bucs are in the bottom 3 in hits per game, averaging just 3.5 runs per contest. And they're facing a Chicago pitching staff who's definitely shown some excellent command. They're actually walking fewer batters a game than any other team. Starting pitcher Matthew Boyd's 13-8 with a 1.07 whip. When it comes to the total, the Cubs' last 5 straight on the road stayed under the total. Bucs games went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. I like the Cubs minus 145, under 8.5. Reds Cardinals 115 East. Cincinnati's $1.20, totals 9. Brady Singer for Cincinnati. Andre Polani for St. Louis. 3 out of the Cards' last 4 contests at Busch Stadium stayed under the total. 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, Cincy games went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 themselves. 5-3 to the under in their last 8 on the road. This Reds pitching staff allows just 7.8 hits a game. St. Louis walking just 2.6 batters per contest at home. And if you want to see who I think is going to win this one, this game is being featured as today's board member tier package play, but as far as making a free pick is concerned, I like the under 9. Orioles, White Sox, 210 East. Baltimore's $1.30, totals 8.5. Tyler Wells for the O's. Martin Perez for Chicago. Now, Perez comes into today's start with an ERA of 3.27, whip of just 1.05. And he's facing a Baltimore lineup who typically struggles on the road. The O's are a bottom 3 run-producing team in their travels. Now, Baltimore games went 7-3 to the under in their last 10. Chicago with unders in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. I like the White Sox plus $1.10, under 8.5. Giants, Diamondbacks, 340 East. San Francisco's $1.20, totals 9. Justin Verlander for the Giants. Brandon Pfaadt for Arizona. Now, Pfaadt's 13-8 on the year, backed by a very good lineup of sluggers. Arizona's averaging over 5.2 runs a game at Chase Field. Geraldo Perdomo with an OPS in the high 800s, currently has a wins above replacement average of 6.6. Corbin Carroll with 28 stolen bases, OPS of 881. And they're going to face a 3-10 Justin Verlander, currently has a whip of 1.37. Of course, as a staff, the Giants have definitely struggled with Arizona hitters. They've allowed 9.3 hits a game on average in their last 10 meetings with the Diamondbacks. When it comes to the total, both teams with overs in 6 out of their last 10 respectively. I like Arizona plus $1, over 9. Braves, Nationals, 405 East. Atlanta's $1.45, totals 8. Hurston Waldrep for Atlanta. Brad Lord for Washington. Now, Lord's just 5-8 with an ERA in the 4s, and these Nats pitchers are allowing more runs a game than any other staff besides one. They're going to take on an Atlanta squad who's currently on a 4-game winning streak. 7.5 runs a game they averaged during that stretch. Matt Olson, club leader in homers and ribbies. Ronald Acuna, OPS of .899. 2 out of the Braves' last 3 road games got over the total. Nats games went 60% to the over in their last 10. I like the Braves minus 145, over 8. Guardians Tigers 640 East. Detroit's $1.55. Totals 8.5. Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Gavin Williams for Cleveland. Now Williams has double-digit wins on the year. ERA of 3.6. Let's try that again. Williams has double-digit wins on the year. ERA of 3.16. The Guardians are currently on a 4-game winning streak. 9-1 straight up in their last 10. They're taking on a struggling Detroit squad who dropped 4 out of their last 5 themselves. Just 3.2 runs a game they averaged during that span. When it comes to the run line, the Tigers do have a losing record against the number this year. When it comes to the total, 2 out of Cleveland's last 3 on the road fell under the number. 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Guardians plus 1.5, under 8.5 runs. A's Red Sox 645 East. Boston's $1.85. Totals 9. Lucas Giolito for Boston. Mason Barnett for the A's. And through a dozen-plus innings of work this year, the righty Barnett's already got an ERA of .853. Of course, no real surprise. These A's pitchers are in the bottom 5 in runs allowed. They're taking on a Boston team who's got a top 5 hit-producing lineup. Trevor Story, club leader in homers and ribbies. Rob Refsnyder, OPS of .858. I like the Red Sox minus 1.5, over 9. Blue Jays, Rays, 705 East. Toronto's $1.30. Totals 8. Kevin Gausman for Toronto. Ian Seymour for Tampa Bay. Now, the Rays lost their last 3 straight. Just 2-8 straight up in their last 10. And they're facing a Toronto squad who's currently on a 6-game winning streak, averaging over 5.9 runs a game during that span. Of course, at the plate, the Jays are averaging a league-best 9.2 hits per contest. Little problems getting base runners. George Springer, club leader in homers, OPS of .946. Vlad Guerrero, OPS in the high 800s, currently has a WAR of 4.9. 6 out of Tampa's last 10 outings did get over the total. I like Toronto minus 130, over 8. Padres Mets 710 East. Both clubs are minus $1.10. Pretty much a coin flip. Totals 8. David Peterson for the Mets. Nick Pivetta for San Diego. And both starters with some real good stuff going on. San Diego's Pivetta has 13 wins with an ERA in the 2s. Meanwhile, New York's Peterson is 9-5 with 148 strikeouts. Now, total-wise, 6 out of the Padres' last 10 ball games did stay under the number. Give me the under 8 runs. Angels Brewers 740 East. Milwaukee's the $2 favorite. Totals 8. Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers. Jose Soriano for Los Angeles. Now, Soriano's got double-digit losses on the year. Angels on a 5-game skid. And during that 5-game span, LA averaged only 2.8 runs a game. Had a lot of problems producing runs. They're facing a Milwaukee squad who plays very good baseball at home. They've actually got a .645 win percentage at American Family Field. And that's been a tough place for opposing teams to hit at. The Brewers are striking out over 9.6 hitters a game in their own building. We could see more of the same with 6-2 Brandon Woodruff on the hill. ERA of .332, whip of just .96. 7 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head gatherings did stay under the total. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. I like the Brewers minus 1.5, under 8. Yankees Twins 740 East. New York's $1.75. Totals 9. Luis Gil for New York. Taj Bradley for Minnesota. Now, Bradley's just 6-7 with an ERA close to 5. And these Minnesota pitchers have definitely had their hands full at Target Field. They're actually in the bottom 5 in runs allowed on their own diamond. They're taking on a powerful Yankee lineup who's currently in the top 3 in run production on the road. Aaron Judge, 103 ribbies, league leader in OPS. Giancarlo Stanton, OPS in the 900s. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Minnesota's last 5 home games did get over the number. 60% of the over in their last 10 at any location. I like the Yankees -1.5, over 9. Mariners Royals 740 East. Kansas City's $1.20. Totals 8. Cole Reagans for the Royals. Bryce Miller for Seattle. The Red Hot Mariners have not lost a game in a real long time. Winners of their last 10 straight, averaging 9.2 hits a game on the road. Cal Raleigh with a league-best 56 home runs, second in the league in RBI. And Dom Canzone with an OPS of 854. They're going to take on a 2-win Cole Reagans, who's currently got an ERA of 5.18. Now, the Royals' last 9 ball games, they took the loss in all of those contests except for 2. Now, Royals games went 60% to the over in their last 10. Mariner contests went 7-3 to the over in their last 10 themselves. I like Seattle plus $1, over 8. Rangers Astros 810 East. Texas is $1.25. Totals 8. Jacob deGrom for the Rangers. Christian Javier for Houston. Now, Javier with a whip of 1.29. deGrom with 12 wins, ERA in the 2s. Texas allows fewer runs a game than any other team. Houston leads the league in strikeouts on the mound. I like the under 8. Marlins Rockies 840 East. Miami's $1.55. Totals 10.5. Ryan Weathers for the Marlins. McCade Brown for Colorado. Brown's 0-4 with an ERA close to 10. As a staff, the Rockies allow more runs a game than any other team. They're facing a Miami lineup who really doesn't strike out a whole bunch. They are in the top 5 in hits per game on the road. Jake Marcy, OPS of 928. Kyle Stowers, club leader in homers, OPS in the 900s as well. 7 out of the Marlins' last 10 ball games got over the total. Rockies games went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I like the Marlins -155, over 10.5. Next and final breakdown, Phillies Dodgers 1010 East. LA's -150, totals 8. Blake Snell for the Dodgers. Jesus Luzardo for Philadelphia. Luzardo's 14-6 with 200 strikeouts on the nose. He's also backed by a top 3 hit-producing lineup. And they're taking on a Dodger club who lost 3 out of their last 5. Of course, starting pitcher Blake Snell is just 4-4 with a 1.39 whip. 6 out of the Dodgers' last 10 got over the total. Philadelphia games went 9-1 to the over in their last 10 themselves. Give me the Phillies +1.5, over 8. Well, that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you end up signing up for a package here today, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that, folks, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.